So to work out the distance that you need your metal rope, what you do is measure the full length of the distance between your shade sail and the wall or the post. Then what you do is remove all of your turnbuckles and your fixings, but the turnbuckle needs to be opened completely. Don't do it short, it needs to be opened, because obviously as you start to roll the thing in, that's what gives you the tension to make it tighter. Then when you've got that measurement, you then add 20 inches on top of that, because you had 10 inches on each end, and that's what you'll be turning back on itself to hold the rope. So once you've got that, measure 10 inches and mark it with a permanent marker, and then measure another 10 inches. So the first mark you did is going to be the centre point that you fold it back on, and the bottom mark is where it's going to end. So now what you need to do is wrap the end with electrical tape, because metal rope is very sharp. So I tend to wrap it and then do the very end of it as well to make sure that it's not going to hurt you. I also, if you want to cut this for your next length, what you have to do is wrap the electrical tape to 2 points. So where you want to cut, do it either side of that marking. I'm just doing it on the central mark here so you can see what I mean. So you do one side, one the other, and then you cut in the middle. That way it doesn't fray when you're cutting it with your clippers or your saw. I did mine with a bench saw because I had enough and it made a right mess, but I just folded the ends in electrical tape. So now you've got your markings, what you have to do is take the top of the wire rope down to the bottom and put your clamp on it. Now that bit that I'm picking up, this is the top. The middle bit, the next part I'm picking up, is called the saddle. Now that goes up and then you put the nuts on. Now they say don't saddle a dead horse, so the saddle goes on the live part of the wire. So where it's cut and the black electrical tape is at the top, you don't put the saddle on that side, you put it the opposite side, because that way when it moves and it gets banged around in the wind, it won't loosen itself and come undone, which it will do if it's on the opposite side. So once you've got that in place, tighten it up as tight as you can get it. Don't over tighten those nuts, because what you'll do is pinch the metal and you'll end up with a big kink, and eventually it will work its way and break through. So just do it as tight as you can get it without forcing it to go anymore. Now when you put the top one on, same thing, just get the nuts on as tight as you can get, and as you push it up, make sure you put the thimble in the top part of it. Now this is where you're going to have trouble and it's going to be a bit of a struggle. This is the hard part. So once you get that thimble in the top, push that clamp as high as you can get it, and then start to tighten it up. Now the higher you can get that and push the clamp to make it secure, once you start tightening those nuts, it will be stable. You haven't got to put the thimbles on. I just found it easier because I knew exactly the space that I needed then. So once you've got the top one and the bottom one done, then what I do is take the middle point between the two of them and put my third clamp in there, just basically because it looks more even. So once you've tightened those up as tight as you can go, then put your middle clamp in and the job's done. So that's your finished product. Now you've got to do is do the other end. So again, just measure the length and double check it. Mark that end so you know where you're going. Add 10 inches on and then double it back on itself. And obviously electrical tape the bottom so it can't fray and unravel. And that's your finished product. I actually fixed mine to the sail, but you don't have to do that. You can just snap them on with a snap hook.